Hi, and welcome back to your Autism Game Plan. I'm Joya Vanderlaan. I'm a family nurse practitioner, a functional medicine specialist, and an autism mom. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about zinc and why your child with autism might need zinc and how they might benefit from zinc. Zinc is an essential trace mineral, meaning that we do not produce it in our body, but rather we have to get it from our diet or supplements. Now, many people do not get enough zinc. This is true of our children with autism. This is true of us as adults. The reason is, again, just like with magnesium, it's used for so many things in the body, so we need it. And it's really not easy to get in our diet in high enough amounts to be substantial. So the other reason why we can be deficient is in zinc. Not only do we not get enough in our diets, but we might be using it up faster. For instance, when we're fighting an infection, because zinc is very important for immunity, we know that. Another reason that we could be deficient in zinc is because of a condition called pyroluria. Now, pyroluria is a condition actually that my daughter experiences that results in excretion in the form of urinating out. So we pee out too much of our zinc and B6. Those are our two nutrients that with pyroluria often are very deficient. And it's very interesting because many of our kids with autism are found to have pyroluria. So we know that many of our kids are deficient in zinc and that it's very important, but why is it so important? Well, here is a list of things that zinc is involved in. And remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg because zinc is involved as a cofactor or a chemical partner in hundreds of different reactions in the body. So here's just a short list that I want to show you of things that zinc is responsible for. For one, it's responsible for skin and eye health. It's very important for brain health. It's important for our taste and our smell. Now think about this in terms of our really picky eater kids, right? So it's involved in the taste sense, the smell sense. Now, could that be one of the reasons why our kiddos sometimes are such picky eaters? Is their sense of taste and smell off? The other things it's really responsible for are for growth and digestion, for hormone production and processing. It's also really, really important for a properly functioning immune system. Zinc also acts as an antioxidant, fighting free radicals and oxidative stress that are constantly produced by our body and trying to damage our cells. So zinc can help protect against that oxidative damage. I mentioned before that many autistic children can be deficient in zinc, quite deficient in zinc many times. And that's not just true of autistic children. That can be very true of children with ADHD, other diagnoses, and even us as grown-ups, we can be deficient in zinc. So I want to give you a little bit of a list about what that could look like. What are some symptoms that might indicate that your child or you is deficient in zinc? And here are some of the issues that I see. Commonly, I'll see angry outbursts, I'll see mood swings, stunted growth, and these first things are especially true with those kiddos with pyroluria. Also feeling tired or run down, having poor concentration, digestive problems, constantly like an irritated stomach or digestive system, and sometimes even slow healing wounds. So that's just a really quick list of some of the highlights of symptoms that you might experience if you're low on zinc. There are some foods that contain higher levels of zinc. Now, with the foods that are grown and even some of the animal products that contain zinc, we need to think about how much exactly is in there, considering we're not repleting our soil with things like zinc, just like we're not repleting our soil with magnesium, for example. But a few things that are high in zinc are cashews, pumpkin seeds, lamb, any organ meats. Good luck getting your children to eat those. You might have to mix them in. For instance, with ground beef, you can add some beef liver in there if you're feeling brave. But another way to get zinc in, of course, is supplementation. And just like with magnesium, there are many different ways to get zinc in. I have a lot of different formulations that I use for different patients and for my own children, like I mentioned. There are liquids and there are capsules, and I haven't used powders regularly, but what I'll do then often is I'll just empty a capsule into a drink if a child can't swallow a capsule, and that seems to be pretty well tolerated. My two favorite forms of zinc are zinc picolinate and zinc citrate. I find those to be the best tolerated and the best absorbed. So you may see bottles on the shelves with just zinc. And so you're gonna have to turn that bottle around to determine what form of zinc is in that supplement. I can link to a couple of my favorites below. There's a really easy way also to test at home if your child is deficient in zinc. It's called the zinc taste test. Metagenics, for instance, has a product called Zinc Tally, which is a liquid zinc product. And what you do is you give your child a teaspoon or two plain of this liquid, this zinc liquid, in their mouths. Have them hold it in their mouths for 10 seconds. If they taste the zinc right away, or if they taste the liquid right away and it doesn't just taste like water, then they're fine. They are not deficient in zinc if they immediately taste this liquid. Now, if they don't taste the liquid, it just tastes like water to them, or if there's a delayed taste, then they are deficient in zinc, and they would really benefit from zinc supplementation. Typically, zinc supplementation dose ranges anywhere from about 15 to 30 milligrams to start with. Now, you really want to be careful with zinc. Here's my biggest warning to everyone I prescribe zinc for is nausea. If you take zinc on an empty stomach, it is very likely that you will experience nausea. And so typically what I'm recommending is take it in the morning with breakfast. So take some of your breakfast, take the zinc, and then take some more of your breakfast so that you're sort of sandwiching that zinc in and amongst the food that you're eating. That is the best way I have found to prevent the zinc-related nausea. The second thing is if you still are getting nauseated in the morning from the zinc, give the zinc at nighttime, right before bed, because then, the child will sleep through the nausea and not experience the nausea. So those are two kind of hints that I give to everyone who I'm prescribing zinc for. If you forgot and you gave your child zinc on an empty stomach and now they are telling you their tummy hurts, the best thing to do is give them something acidic. So an orange or a little bit of orange juice, maybe some lemon juice in water, maybe some apple cider vinegar in water if they'll do that. But the thing to do is give them a little bit of an acidic food to kind of counteract that nausea that's caused by the zinc. Things to watch out for with zinc. We've already talked about the nausea. The second thing is that if you take too high of a level of zinc, so usually that means over 50 or 60 milligrams per day for a child for sure, you can throw different other minerals out of balance. So copper, zinc, and iron kind of live in this triangle, and when you affect one, you affect the other. And so what that means is that if you take too much zinc, you may throw off your iron levels. And so people who take a really high level of zinc, a high dose of zinc for especially a longer period of time, can end up with low iron, which is also known as anemia, and that can cause various symptoms like especially fatigue. So you want to monitor blood work, hopefully with a provider that you're hooked up with, but certainly don't give higher levels of zinc than probably 15 to 30 milligrams per day for your child without planning to also monitor iron and copper levels. Well, here was just a touch of information on zinc for you. I hope you found this helpful in addressing some of the root causes of your child's autism symptoms, and I hope that by following some of my advice, you will see an improvement and an ease in some of your child's autism symptoms. As always, please feel free to email me with any ideas that you have for future video topics you'd like to learn more about, or with feedback on these videos or on your autism game plan in general. And remember, be gentle with yourself. You are doing a great job.